big time step up. And I'm with him, man. At this point, midfield is one of those guys kind of decent man. He goes in there and you destroy his guys too.
There's a bunch of guys like that have been lingering in this division.
Sure, and I'm like, but now you want to see him. All right, plug him in. Why not? I want to look at that dude. In that division, especially, I would love to see that.
Kings. And in the world of slop reels and blackjack deals, get ready for this, the must-play event of the summer from DraftKings Casino. I'm talking to you about this right now, featuring non-stop action and an all-star cast of games, including the summer blockbuster is one you don't want to miss. So I got a message to all the new players out there. Listen, we're in combat right now. You can get $100 instantly in casino credits with just a $1 wager, and all players get a blockbuster bonus every week. So sign up with our code Combat with a K. Grab your pocket. It's showtime on DraftKings. Remember, when we're talking about DraftKings, the crowd.
Yeah, let's look up there.
I like that. I like to do that. All right, we showed some good guys right there. All right, have you seen the shit still to come? We go to you need anything to get trust the staff?
I'm good, man. I'm coffee up here.
Look, I heard much from me. Chilling. Let's get into topic number 4. We'll slide quickly into boxing. It was a big one on Saturday. The first Riyadh season card funded by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Turkey Al Sheikh on U.S. soil. And it was the return of Terence Crawford for the first time in 1 year since he demolished Errol Spence in their long-awaited welterweight unification. He moved up to 154. He took on the largely unknown Israel Madrimov. And for all the celebrities that showed up, and many of us that thought Crawford was going to make quick and easy work with this guy, turns out Madrimov with that 350-fight amateur experience, despite having only 10 pro fights. Oh, he was up to the challenge. This turned out to be a challenge at the highest level and an enjoyable one that did produce, though, a weird fallout of narratives coming out of there. So we got a lot to talk about here, Chuck. VMO Stadium or EMO, whatever you want to call it there. And there's a lot of EMO.
Yeah.
There's a lot we can talk about the pacing of this card and everything, all the weirdness. There was a lot of weirdness on this card.
Man. Like you're mentioning all the celebrities. He's like trying to identify all of them. That was fun.
That was fun to see for a 19-hour pay-per-view. Let's talk about this at the top. It goes down as a unanimous decision for Terence Crawford. He becomes a champion in a 4th weight class, but it was close. 115, 113, 115, 113, and 116, 112. First and foremost, Chuck, what did you make of the scoring and how did you score this fight?
I would like to know what you thought of this too. I had it 115, 113.
Same as mine.
Okay.
For who?
Well, I had it for the right guy, which was the guy who won. Did you have it that way?
I had it
okay,
for
right. I thought from the year I was going to be like, okay,
I
that's
know
very
we
interesting.
got this.
Okay, so I did think though, and you can tell me if you felt the same, that Crawford had to win those last rounds though to get it. I thought
What's up, guys? How's it going? Oops.
Yeah, down with that.
It turned out on 2 of 3 scorecards, it was even going into the last round, so he needed it, right? He didn't step up.
Yes, he did, and I think that if you wanted to look at Crawford at any point where it started to look, I think that people were just in wait, right? They were like, what's he gonna start?
When are you gonna figure it out?
When are you gonna figure it out? And it just didn't happen. But I think the closest you came was in those rounds, and I think that's what distinguished it in the end. I'm like, to me, it was like, listen, man, he was able to do more in those last couple rounds at the very end. It kind of scared it for me, and I think that's why I'm like, I'm like, because he didn't look good or live up to the expectations, doesn't mean he lost the fight.
Well, that's what we need to get into. Did he look good? Mostly, I thought he looked very good. But I think there are things we definitely learned about him at 154 pounds, and things we definitely learned about him against what turned out to be a world-class opponent. And forgive us for not knowing that, because look, Montremont had to beat world-class competition. He was only 10-0. Yeah, he was a legitimate world champion.
Robert had a knockout streak.
That has knocked out everyone he fought at 147, including in his last 11.
That's what I mean. He has more knockouts than the guy had in professional fights at this point.
And look, even when Crawford steps up against great competition, he finds a way to James Southpaw, figure you out, wait for you to make that mistake of that opening. Yet, what made this fight what it was, which I thought was technically brilliant, not overly through the roof classic of entertainment, but those that know, like, you got to see a lot of the greatness of Terence Crawford need to come out, just not in the way that people thought. People thought, okay, he'll just step on the gas. He couldn't do that against Montremont, but also Montremont couldn't do that against him. This is kind of like Sandhagen and Kumar, like I'm saying. It's at such a high level that they both couldn't make a mistake and open it. But what we saw was Bud doing what Bud does. Make adjustments, make more adjustments than him. I think the biggest story of the fight was how great Montremont fought. I scored it 7 rounds to 5 for Terence Crawford. I did rescore it again on the train this morning to get a not distracted look, and I came out the same way. Do I think there's a ton of close rounds? Yes. Do I think a score for Madrimov or a draw is crazy? No. If you had 7-5 Madrimov, Chuck, there's rounds you
I know.
because they both risk something. By playing it so surgically and so carefully, you always risk what's going to happen in the scorecards, because when you lower the output for yourself and your opponent, you're judging on such specific moments of apples and oranges comparison.
If you go back and rescore it, you just do it with no sound. You just watch it, or you still listen.
I had the sound this time. I love the guys on that broadcast. I don't think they had a great call of this fight.
I heard a lot of criticism about that.
Yeah.
But I was only asking because
But also, can we stop with the 4-man move, please? Can we just stop with the 4-man move, please?
that is true. I think that you hear guys like Jim Lampley. I hear guys sort of just, they're old in the game, they've been there forever, and they just have the same kind of cautionary tales from boxing, which is always like, listen, before the fight, right? Like they say, will Crawford win? It's a huge favorite. I think it was -900 or -1,000.
Which is great.
It's nuts. It's stupid. But like, they caution you, like, can Madrimov win? They say, no, probably not, because there's a subjectivity layer to this, right? In the judging, it says we are in American soil because there's a crowd that's going to influence things.
Sure.
And I always think that this is the craziest thing. Now we get this in MMA, it's just a very smaller. You get 3 rounds or 5 rounds. You don't get 12. But it's always a strange thing you have to contemplate when you know a fight like this. So that's why I was asking when you rescore it, you take those in, because I'm almost like, if I rewatched it and it was trying to be completely objective, would I come across it? Would I maybe see it the other way? I know that that Dreamov had his moments. He had his moments. He got right hand. There was a couple times.
Round 89.
Yes, that's what I mean. It's like I felt like I was like, man, this is going to be crazy if this way goes down. I think part of it, and you tell me too, man, because we're in a day and age where gambling is, people gambling on the fights has become so widespread that it sways everybody has an opinion on this.
Where's that ankle?
Yes.
One
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm sure you had some people on this one. But it's a different thing. I think coming off of that, Spence fight where he knew from the second round on, basically, he showed like he was just his power was translating. Everything was just so fluid. Everything this his virtuoso performance. I don't think he's ever. So we put that together. I think some people are like, "Where's that?" They wanted to see
Exactly.
where's
It's
that.
this guy I've never heard of. But I want to be fair here and say we had reason if you watched a lot of Madrimov tape to believe what the odds were telling you. I don't think minus 900 and the boxing odds are definitely more loaded further away from reality than MMA because they're trying to do some big bets. But I think that if you watch Madrimov's fights, he didn't beat a lot of killers and they had 10 pro fights. You couldn't gauge how good he would have to be when he steps up against this level and how much he was going to be willing to commit to try to win it. What do I mean by that? I mean by this. Even Crawford was shocked at this one thing. That Madrimov brought us such an educated game plan with Joel Diaz as his trainer, but he never wavered from it. He stuck to it, even ultimately to defeat, right? But because he was willing to not release his punches,
Yes.
and because he was willing to commit to an active upper guard the whole time, never take it in a way, but differently, that Tyson Fury did to Vladimir Klitschko when he upset him. He used that active guard, sort of like, he did that to Crawford the whole fight. Unfortunately for Madrimov, his commitment to that is what lowered Crawford's output and gave him a chance to win it, but it also meant that if he was going to take more chances to try to win it, he was probably going to get countered and lose. So he had to almost be perfect, Chuck, and he came as close as he could come to doing it.
It sucks because he'll never get another chance.
Well,
He will never make so.
I think that's why it hurt my nuts. We're going to get to that in a
Yes,
second.
yeah.
There's so many things to talk about here. But I have to say, Matrimov's commitment to that guard, even Terrence said it afterwards. He said, look, I was waiting for this guy to slow down or to see his technique fail, through fatigue, where I was going to come through with that chuck. Bud always does that. He figures you out late, he walks you down, and Bud tried that. But to Matrimov's credit, he never got tired. He never lost his voice. He never lost his focus. He showed you that he had the true championship mindset to come in there and keep pushing. I thought he won around 11. He had moments late.
That's
I thought,
interesting. I thought that that's the one that probably hit on somewhat too. Like
Sure.
I thought that Bud won that one, but I didn't go back and rewatch it.
I had Bud. I had Bud 42 at the midway point. Then Nadrimov went on his run on my scorecards. He ended up pulling even on my cards, and then I thought Bud pulled away, despite losing round 11, was able to just 7-5, just win it. But here's the larger narrative question here. There's two questions that are I think aligned. One is, did you see the 37er is about to be like? I think it was unfortunate for him that he waited a full year to come back. That the business didn't line up. He wanted Canelo and he couldn't get it. He thought he was going to rematch Spence because that was contract. Spence decided last minute not to. I think it hurt him in terms of his activity level for sure, but I think it also hurt the commercial level to some degree. And then, like you said, now he's back. He got a 4-pound back. Let's do exactly what he did to Spence, but it wasn't the same opponent, it wasn't the same setup. So, Chuck, the two questions are you sure that he's old and faded? And does this make it where he shouldn't want anything to do with Canelo? So let's merge those together and sort of talk about it. Chuck, I don't think that this meant he was old or that this performance made him look bad. In fact, I give Crawford credit because he had to bite down and dial down on his focus to the craziest level, and he was still able to find moments against a guy who was so defensively responsible. We had no business understanding that Nadrimov would be that good that he was on Saturday because he hadn't had to handle it. But to his credit, he raised his level all the way up where Bud had to face that, still figure out a way to win against a bigger opponent, and still was the guy landing the better, bigger punches late. To me, Chuck, is he the same guy he was at 32? No. But there's levels to this game, and he not only moved up a division, he fought the surprise of the division. He fought a world-class guy, and he still found a way to beat him.
So I think that's great because that means you are a true purist. I would get tired of people just like, he didn't perform well, or they see something that's disappointing. And you know what, man? I know we're going to talk about this. Pacing of that show didn't help. Like just getting the fact that you kind of limped into your main event like that is just like, oh man.
That's a great tweet. It's basically like they put so many pitfalls into that show going later, extending that you get to the point where you start questioning why am I even staying up this way? I don't care about this fight that much. They got us to there. We'll get to that.
Okay.
But I don't think Crawford was too old.
Well, wait, did you think this? My big thing was this. I felt like Nadrimov fought defensively, like I said, responsibly. He was able to. His head movement was great. Like you said, he did his hands. Everything his weight up. Like he's just everything looked like he was kind of sticking to making things as complicated as he could. But did you think that this was the thing? Having watched Crawford from going back to his original weight class all the way up now to 54, this power wasn't translating, or do you think that he just? That's what I worried about. But what's also,
I thought he could have been able to stop Majumov. Majumov wasn't the real deal. Majumov had showed a great chin when he needed to. He showed great offensive creativity in that second half to be able to, once he was able to slow Bud down a little bit, find moments to land big shots. But I just didn't expect this performance in every single category. Neither did Bud. I think he thought he was going to mop up on him. So, Chuck, I don't think that he's a step down outside of the obvious level that aging is going to lower your overall output, your overall ability to even deliver. Was that compromised a bit at this age? Maybe to some degree, but he still figured out how to win. But with that said, I do think we learned enough about him, what he looks like at 54, what his strengths and weaknesses are. One of those is the power will never be the same at this level as just the lower ones. That I think this performance was enough to show him and all of us that we do need to stop talking about this kind of fight. I think we do. I'm not going to go be like everybody else and be like, see, he never should have done it. Because I think that was the fight. He wanted it. He tried it. Coming out
that's momentum. He might have been able to.
No one had more momentum from one fight to another in boxing history than that moment. If he would have hit that fight at the right time, he was peaking. Who knows? I'm not saying he definitely gets knocked out handled, but there are levels, there are weight classes for a reason. I know that he only seems to want, to his right, to make big fights on the way out. He is one of the handpicked golden child of Turkey Al-Sheikh, is outspoken, one of his favorite fighters. Who's going to give those opportunities? But if you look at his own division right now, of where he has a world title, there's a lot of interesting fights. There's Tim Tszyu, right? Yeah. There's Jermell Charlo going back, the former champion. There's Majumov now, who has shown himself to be an elite player. Sebastian Fundora, who's a big player in this. We might miss it. You got Lubin. Oh, Errol Spence can actually go back. Although Crawford did shoot down, and he wants to rematch that. And then you got Bruton basically saying, I want Crawford so bad that I'm willing to come up to 54. Close tonight. Teofimo. Can we just say Teofimo sound quickly?
They just catching up the program. And I would love to get Crawford now before I catch up to him later on. It's already there, and all I can say now is, let's see what he does next. I don't think he should fight Canelo. He should fight the guy that's coming up next.
Now, I know Crawford's ego that person, maybe. I don't think he's going to go from telling everybody he wants to fight Canelo at 68 to fight coming up from a couple weight classes below. But my point is, I think he has enough creative options to find some big paydays and also some things that can add to his legacy. I want to get your take, Jack. I no longer feel like, I was starting to believe that he could go into that fight and have a real big chance of an upset win. Now I just think it's going to look like Rory versus Mosas. Remember that? Where it's just sort of like, it's not going to work.
100%. In Turkey, basically, like beforehand, right? It's like this. I can see why Canelo would probably be like, sure, take that one.
Canelo wants to only do what Canelo wants to do right now.
Sure, he's got a lot of money. I don't really see, because I think that's the thing, right? 154 pounds, that's probably, I'm good with that. I don't really need to see him.
37 years old.
I don't need to see him try to do that.
So that would be 2 more weight classes.
I know.
So if that's not good, did Rajmov give you the opinion and the belief that he's probably as good as he gets in 50? Probably, right? Like that's as comfortable a fight as Bud has actually ever had as a pro.
Yeah, I think so.
Outside of the Gamble fight, where there were moments where he got hurt and some craziness. So he proved that he's on. Like, here's what I'm gonna say. I mean this. If Bud stays at 54 and gets a couple more on the way out against the true elites, I think the Tim Tszyu fight would be a big one wise. I think it's going to be so fun, entertainment wise, because Bud now, like I said before, he's still super elite. But there's realities of his age, not washed. There's reality of there's only so much he can do moving forward. I think that's going to make these guys are bigger, they have more power.
Like I hear people mention that. Did you actively see him slowing down from the?
I
Obviously,
just think
his
that
offense output, was much different. This
Yes.
time. But did you?
I think Majumov, because he's stuck in that form and that hole was so difficult the whole way without exposing himself and being able to take Bud shots, that it turned into this longer chess match than Bud thought. But I guess my extended point is, I think it won't be this tough for him, but I think he's going to find more of these extended action chess battles well, we're going to have to see him pull deep into his greatness to pull it out, and that's going to be fun. What's the most fun trope in pro sports, in my opinion? Watching a beloved athlete in their tender, older years, like Novak, Larry Bird, or LeBron right now at 40, dig deep one more time and find that moment.
LeBron's issue is formal, but like a lot of
And then, I'm saying, I think we have to stop. Now, let's hear Bud talk about it, because I thought if you listen to his tone closely when he left the fight, it tells us.
We want to talk at all about Canelo Alvarez coming into this fight because you're focused on Israel and Trayvon. Now that fight is over, this fight is over, is Canelo Alvarez the fight you want next?
Well, you know what I said, when it's right, you gotta fight. But at the same time, you gotta fight. That is focus on. I'm gonna go back to my family. I'm gonna relax, enjoy this, enjoy all the accomplishments that I've made in the sport.
But this is not an insult, because what we were asking of him and him asking of himself with the idea of this Canelo fight at 37 to go up 3 weight classes essentially against one of the best in the world, it's insane. But I think I heard in his voice that he also realized naturally that there are limits to this.
Yeah.
We've seen this before, where Adesanya talked about to go up to heavyweight, and then Mikhailovic is sort of like
exactly right.
let's peel that back a little bit. I don't know where he's going to go with them. It's going to be up to the attorney to give him a big amount of money. I don't think he's going to be able to hold this peak form at this age a lot longer. That's why I think the Zoo fight, to me, is going to be a big one that would be worth it. But
Yeah.
maybe he doesn't care about that.
Or you like that fighter? Or
I think he does bad things to Fedor, but I think it's a remarkable, entertaining fight for sure. Great stat here. Crawford becoming just the 7th boxer in history to win titles at both 135, which is lightweight, and all the way up to 154, which is junior middleweight. But the key part of the stat is the names that he joined: Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, Pernell Whitaker, Roberto Duran.
any big names or is that?
Yeah, who was in attendance. Chuck, let's talk about the whole night. A couple of the key undercard moments we'll see later in Happy Submission, so I don't want to address all of those. Look, this card was a gift to boxing fans in a lot of ways. And I love the commitment from Turki Al-Sheikh to make it so great. It almost felt like a blockbuster UFC card, like there's fights you had to see. But there's too much good
It's the most
things.
pregnant blood I've ever seen.
Sometimes too much. There's a lot I didn't love about it. Number one, the piece was awful. And I didn't love that for as good as this card was depth-wise. It was. I don't love on the broadcast being told every 5 minutes that this is the biggest card in UFC's history. So I'm not even sure it's actually true anymore. I think originally when you had Tim Tszyu versus Virgil Ortiz Jr. on top of all these great fights, unfortunately that fight fell off. Tszyu's toughness for a time. I think we took a hit with that fight falling off. But it was almost matter of fact, like this is the greatest card of all time. I don't know about that. Number 2, Chuck. I like the look of it. I like the fan appeal. There's celebrities everywhere. We don't need to like, we just don't any sport. But there's a point where you don't do too much of one thing.
This is the easier time to start, right?
Yes. I mean, I know places stand out as part of hospital. Yes, I know that being a part that had the same basic. But Chuck, this was horrible. Basic. I just don't think you need a 4-man group. First of all, this is too many voices. I also don't think we need to go. I like doing those jobs, and I like you. That time that I'm playing around. You need to go to every arena for a class and every single play. Like, you don't need that. But my problem is,
I don't need that either.
well, I'm not going to say
It's okay.
so those parts I did.
Marriage card comes out.
I do. Such a big game fan that I'm not going to hate on that. I think that this room to some degree. I don't love it. I'm a 46-year-old man, but I'm in scores. I don't really need 6.
I'm gonna do a reading for myself. Let's see what comes out. I'm just gonna ask in general spirit, what should I lean into? What should I lean into, spirit? What should I lean into, spirit? What should I lean into?
Then they gave away a translation to Saudi Arabia at the end. And then they sing the Saudi Arabian national anthem. I'm not going to be some like, there's no place for that. Some level of respect for it, which is a lot of money and a willingness to make these fights happen. But the level of propaganda, and I have a much bigger tolerance.
Communication, page of Pentacle in the upright. Communicating truth, knowledge, wisdom consistently. So as to come out of negativity to help illuminate things. So it feels like after a period of like meditation going within, you want to be able to share that with others. That's how it's coming across. Cutting ties. What are we cutting ties from? Unhappiness, things that might remind you of unhappiness. Sudden change, tower moment. Is this a change of living situation? What is this a change of? Three of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like a living situation. Decision. Should I stay or should I go? On the one hand, you have Queen of Swords in the upright, which is very cerebral, cold, logical, mathematical, scientific. On the other hand, you have the Ten of Hearts in the reverse. Something that may remind you negatively. A bad memory. What's the outcome here, Spirit? What's the outcome? King of Wands in the reverse, internal warmth, kindness, or just overall warmth and kindness, illuminating the self, bringing warmth and kindness to a cold and callous situation. Focus on your inner passion, your inner fire. Inner illumination, taking your inner illumination elsewhere, outward. That's how it's coming across.
It's not close in comparison. You've seen pageantry, you know, like remember the Truman part where there's all this like concert spliced through?
Yes.
It was like ridiculous anyway. Dude, this is just nuts.
I can do one metallic show. I don't need 9 rappers.
But I was at the Evolution show in 2008. It was a big organization, which was funny because I remember Donald Trump was part of that, but he was part of the ownership group of Oscar De La Hoya. They had Megadeth playing, and I remember how weird it was because they kind of spliced in a couple of sets from Megadeth fights, and I was like, this does not go together. Like as much even if you like Megadeth, you're like this is just shit interest. I was getting a little bit of that. I think that it's almost like school vibe with Eminem because he's a big name. He's kind of he's repping proud of him. So they certainly seemed in Los Angeles really big. But it was after so much.
So taking that which you've learned from this situation and going outward into the world, or leaving after having gone inward. Feels like you could be leaving like an apartment or a dwelling, moving out of an apartment, a household, after having learned from this situation, or being prepared, ready enough to up and leave and go. Is this permanent or temporary? Is this permanent or temporary? You got the vision of the Emperor. Healthy expression, consistent work.
got Eminem who's dropping his mic coming out. Go, bro, you're on the mic. I mean, like, just like small
No
things.
new start, no new action.
They actually put these predictions.
Wishing upon a star. Cleansing, rejuvenative, wish fulfillment. Maybe imbalance financially. Scraping by, maybe. But there is a lot of wish fulfillment energy, a lot of experience from this scenario. Queen of Cup in the upright. Who or what and why is this? Who, what, why? Someone who's been burdened. Could be said that this should have been put down a while ago.
But he didn't go too far. Let's hear it.
Oh, it's a BLL request.
Just like the wrong brand for the wrong situation. Like,
It's a little surprising.
yeah, as great as Patrick Malfoy, as great as around 7, 8, 9 that window, he didn't do enough in the first half to win these close runs. He just didn't. So
There's no way you could
Let's
call it. No, you just can't call it.
he's like, he's okay with the 2 score run 7-5, but not 8-4. It's like this fight was so close that, like I said, if you had Patrick Malfoy, it's not arguing we were that close. There were people though that came out and was like, yo, Eddie, you're going too far. I want to go for the Redfield. Who said that Eddie was whining? Well, they relayed that message back though. That let's see.
They're both games. Both of them kind of finally said, you need to stop whining. So, that might go there. So,
Jay, like he looks like that nervous.
Yeah, so I think he's just doing what's best for his fighter. The one name I didn't mention in
add this
the
to
last
the
one
manual.
before so loaded that I think there's a big fight for Bud Stacer. One of those is Virtual Machines Jr. who's actually fighting this Saturday against Sergey Bolichan, which is a very good fight, I believe, for a big title. He's promoting Jesus, who's hard at he's not going to fight Oscar De La Hoya. That could be a big fight on his own side. He then go again. So I think there's a couple stops for Crawford. I think we're gonna all stop now. I think we should. It's something because it's gonna put it is gonna put the pressure back on Canelo to eventually fight him.
It's just an interesting thing because I think if you're just a casual fan, I think you're a casual fan, once it's a know you maybe catch the Crawford fights here and there, a couple of others, maybe watching Fury or just, you're probably still like, let's get that fight, But I think if you punch what just happened on Saturday night, I don't know why you want that fight. I just don't think it would be competitive. Why would you want to take? I don't really want Bud to scheme to take a kid.
No, I'd rather him retire unbeaten and make comments about the position that he's sort of like, look, never got beat. These are the names I beat. Where do you guys come from? Sort of like, let's start having that discussion.
One of the reasons I believe it was the Spence fight, right? Like the was moved in like basic years, and I think that's the kind of cathartic it was. It was so cathartic that it put him into a space. You're like, he's going to be in that conversation. I don't want that conversation.
Almost on a grateful dead like tour of offer fights just to heal himself. Forget about that. Forget about that. This is how he was going to heal himself, right?
That's all I'm interested in.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. We just love that man. UFC news and notes, top of 5, which I've got a couple of things that need to be mentioned. The both involved Dana White. The first one is an announcement that I love. Dana White 2 days ago coming out on social media. Here's your lineup for UFC 308, October 26th in Abu Dhabi. Will air, I believe, in UFC prime time.
Yes, I think so.
Check this out. Ilya Topuria versus Max Holloway for the featherweight championship. Arguably the best way to make the sport. Big one there for Luke. Robert Whittaker in a 5-round opening event with Hamza Chimaev.
Sweep the orders for NMJ 6.
Mahomet Ankalaev, not Kenny He's going to fight Alexander Rakic, just coming off of 2 defeats. So that is an interesting fight. That's still not Alexander Volkov for a rematch. For very important heavyweight title contention. I say a lot of bad things about modern day UFC matchmaking. Where we are in the history here. Chuck, I got nothing but good things to say about it. How good
Do you think the UFC will flip? You say they have nothing but good things to say about this using one of their normal packages. They don't do that.
They'll take my reaction to me and not understand how Chuck played this car. How freaking.
I rated it pretty damn high. I wanted to stay intact.
Give me a letter. I give it a letter. Like a four.
I'd give it an A minus. A.
Full A. That's a full A.
I mean, honestly, all of those fights are that's intriguing. I love the fact that LA. So on the line, that's the craziest part of this is on the line have to fight again, right? Like because you almost feel like he's always going to be one fight away. I feel like the UFC is not eager to give him a shot. It's almost like the Long Muhammad thing that weight class. I do think that it's hard to deny when you put him in this situation. I think if he goes in there, he's right. But what I love is that Rakic now has a chance to steal it.
Let me
And I like
see.
that guy too. So he's got a chance to steal the front there and actually get that.
Same line as between that, or do we always go back to that draw where we should?
I mean, it wasn't the greatest fight, but at the same time,
He deserves the shot.
he deserves the shot. And I mean, you're already talking about a guy. I think it's crazy. He's argued he's kind of cleaned up the division, but he's almost done it that quickly. I think you're a good control.
You suck your foot right, I did. Dana has doubled down on this week that because the Guerrero should go ahead and wait next week. It's like you said, let's let Guerrero now just finish completely, and then if there's no one next, we'll bring him up. Okay, but if you're not gonna then set up on Quiet versus Voltan to give him that chance to clean it out, you're making him go through Rakic, who's going up to the feet, taking another step. Isn't this Dana opening up the window? Should Israel on this swing out, win back the middleweight title, or maybe should he now? Let's say he has a great performance, but loses to PUB. I think so. This is let's do this because that's one of the biggest fights you can make. No one's gonna be mad at Izzy versus Voltan 205 after Izzy knocking him out last night.
I think it's an intriguing. I brought this up too. Like I've said this before. I was like, well, is he a good fight or he's able to regain, or maybe not? Like you said, maybe it goes both ways. But I do think one of the biggest fights out there for Guerrero still is to have that trilogy. You know, it's going to especially if he wins. I think that is a very true. But the greatest thing about Voltan is he's kind of stationed. You know, I mean, throw Aspinall in there. If he was going to fight for the interim, like you can throw that in the huge fight for him too. He's kind of stationed between everybody. But that is a very intriguing thing. I hadn't really thought about like Ankalaev was already busy, but this might mean, and this might mean that they're looking at that fight or something like that. I think that busy fight, you lose it at some point. In its full vitality. Yeah, you gotta do it. Well, yeah,
If he wins back the middleweight title, boy, that's big. That's pretty big.
especially because he's the last guy to actually give you a visual of Voltan losing.
He's the last style. Oh, and by the way, Nick Couture refers at that like grass on the team. Watch that. Uncle Randy, I thought you were joining our show today. No, apparently not. Look at his Twitter account. Yeah, really weird. It's not safe for work, and it's involving.
Okay.
The other part of this news item here was involving David White. People here is the update on UFC antitrust lawsuit that appears to be headed to trial in October, based upon one judge belief that.
So someone who's been burdened should have put this down a while ago. Open-heartedness. Is this Rebirth or someone that should have put it down a while ago? Rebirth in the reverse. Rebirth in the reverse here. Feels like someone is accelerating to the level of Queen of Cup in the upright. Some sort of leader. Emotional leader. Is this temporary or permanent relocation? Permanent in the reverse. Permanent in the reverse here. Huh. Is this going back to one's homeland? Yes or no? Yes or no? Right now in the reverse. No. Wow. Where is this moving to? Where is this moving to? Where is this moving to? Away from the city, somewhere that costs less. Somewhere that costs less. So still in California? Yes or no? No. Wow. This is still in the West Coast area. West side of the country. Yes. Interesting.
Isn't that Trump or like?
All right.
I think it's former. I think that.
When will this be taking place? When will this be taking place, Spirit? When will this be taking place? When will this be taking place, Spirit? This year, yes or no? This year, yes or no? No. Next year, yes or no? Next year, yes or no? No. 2026, yes or no? No. 2027, yes or no? No. 2028. 2028. Wow. Interesting.
It's a very strange thing that I didn't see coming.
Very interesting. So according to this, I'm going to be relocating in 2028. I will keep an eye out for that. Let's see what's going on with. Is this relocation going to have to do with a significant other? Is it going to have to do with a significant other? Let's go for a read on this one. Yes or no? It looks like yes. Getting a no for that. Deep depth. But it looks like a yes for the read. Let me get another card in the upright if it's a yes for the read. Yes. Eight of Pentacle in the upright. Okay. When do I meet the significant other, Spirit? When do I meet the significant other? This year, yes or no? No. Next year, yes or no? No. Year after that, yes or no? Let's see, that would be 26. Yes. 26. Look like baby mama energy. Empress. 2026. That's interesting. Yeesh. Will I be single until then? Will I be single until then? Oh, God. I'm going to go for the read on this one. Looks like a little bit of a player energy here. But the Lover's card in the reverse, man. Will I be single until then? Yes or no? No. Okay. Self-sabotage card. So I might be getting into some fuckery here. Jesus Christ. Might get a little throwaway relationship in between. It's kind of funny.
somebody was like, she should be fighting.
She could be flying.
She should be flying.
Can you please let us know the update on that?
With everything that's going on. I just. There's way too much
Let's see.
cynicism. We're now closer to the old stodgy boxing media as MMA journalists that we're gonna get on, because that's what happens. You see corruption up close, you see lies up close for a long time, and you just have to become jaded, you know? It's like,
You know, it's crazy. It's out on the road today. I saw those three cops looking on kind of like voice inside my head. No, don't look back. Okay, let's roll the 5 topics. Thank you for playing. Get into your questions every Sunday night on social media at Morning Combat on a few different places, including Instagram. We give you a chance to chime in with a question that would probably make fun of you handle the username. This one's called DMs. Joe, just define that voice. What is that? Yeah,
it's an S, just kind of brain. Every S.
What does that time with that Instagram video of D? I mean, that has got a lot of balls, right? Let's see what has this. All right, question number 1 of the DMs comes from Nate the Great Lux. He wasn't a pioneer, so is Tony Ferguson a surefire Hall of Famer? As many as the MMA fans believe it to be, or does the long losing streak at the end hurt his chances? Always an interesting debate. Super long losing streaks at the end of great careers, like let's say Roy Jones, hasn't really heard of historically. EJ Penn, the main long Shaq Jones in the world, I think the prime EJ Penn. What do you think about this question?
Because it's interesting because we never know exactly the criteria of what the UFC is looking at. But I will say this: listen, if Donald Cerrone was inducted into the Hall of Fame, this should be a surefire. Donald Cerrone was 0-6-1 as he checked out of the UFC. But what did they focus on? They focused on his career, and so no. His best form, I think his best stretch was 2000.
We're in the money. We're in the money.
You're talking about Tony Ferguson.
We're in the money. We're in the money. Hello, the single viewer. Please share live. Please and thank you.
Even Tito, comical, he stayed out forever.
Yeah.
No, let's talk about that, right? I mean, they're still going to talk about it as one of the greatest pioneers.
153, it's QA.
That we have had. But I do think he fits into that Dustin Poirier slash, moment where he came as close as he could come without winning an official undisputed title, but still flashed a Hall of Fame. Willingness, style, favorite, always action. Just a few with me, perhaps never fought for me. We had so much mileage out of his.
It's like such
measuring the distance from the way and the face-off that was on the press conference.
It feels like a measure of injustice that you never got it. I remember people would say, "Hey, which time would fall through?" Look, it would fall through, and they'd be like, "Please don't tell me we're never going to get this," and we never know. It's just one of those travesties.
Something that we promised to teach, never happened. Question number 2 comes from JB's 3000. Where does Bud Crawford rank on the list after last night's performance? Each way undisputed now full division champion. I assume he's talking about the current one.
Yes. All right. Okay. So I don't know how you had your list, but like as you see, did you have?
I have. I think a lot of us analyze Bud's inactivity since the next fight, because there are transcendent all-time greats with him. Exactly. I've had Bud at 3, but it's one of those weird.
Okay, what's the question?
I mean, look, this is a.
So when will I meet this fling? It feels like some sort of like fun time relationship, but not like this twin flame energy level. Which is interesting because I usually don't like those kinds of connections. When will I meet this person? Will it be this year? Hopefully. Yes or no? No. Next year? Yes or no? Yes. 2025. When? Give me the season of when I will get this person. Meet this person. Before or after Sagittarius season? Before in the reverse. After Sagittarius season. Jesus Christ. So the end of next year? Confirm? Yes or no? Yes. Jesus Christ, bro. It's awful. You're gonna be single for another year and a half? Is that correct? Yes or no? No. It doesn't make any sense. You're not making sense, Taro.
Still fun. But like, we gotta find him all the time. He's elite. He's world class.
Not making any sense, Taro.
Again, I don't think he had not known that. He had to represent opponents to show you that. You can't necessarily do for very time.
But also say, we understand if you've never heard of
I know that's not the answer. That's the reason why you can't. It was one of the deepest ever, yes, but it's not what we do it or no. Question number 3 from World's Worst. Four-man tournament at 135. Great question. O'Malley, Barab, includes it all. So I guess I gave that away. See, what I said was what Umar put on Saturday. A championship. I also said it's all wrong. That's the greatest industry. Yeah, right. It took us a lot of time to be like, Jesus, that guy's a football. You know now, I think he's going to have some more still. Good 3. And O'Malley, just because he's such a different type of striker with his length and all of that too. But I think ultimately the best thing about it are Marab. And right this second, without trying to be a recency, I maybe leave Marab. But that's just only because he's such a cardio machine. And I'm like, he's able to just be able to, you could imagine a Noir matchup in it like O'Malley. Just make the guy play his game. And he does that like he's done in the past. That's what well, they do love that.
Let's see. Anything else here, Spirit? You would like me to know, all for the intentions and purposes of living my best life, fun, happy, whole, complete, energetic, excited, awesome, amazing. Let me know.
You know what?
Is there anything that I could do to trigger this union sooner with this Empress Spirit? I'm interested in that. Please let me know what I could do to trigger this union with my twin flame sooner, Spirit. See the marriage card flashing too.
It's just like, get some shit news, right? Like your favorite comment is still, like, I'm just gonna take down the double or something. Just get girls. Where are you going? I saw color mom.
What can I do to trigger union this year, Spirit, this month, as soon as possible?
Like that time that you forget about this. 2 days ago,